Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Young Sheldon. This is the second episode of the second season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click it, put the password in, and enjoy. So it's interesting. You know, we ended last season with Connor looking like she's potentially going to be in a relationship with Mr. Sturgis going forward, which is, exciting to see. And we started the new season, last episode, with Sheldon having to get a paper round job because we were told that he has heightened hearing and basically could hear a humming noise coming from the refrigerator. He decided, look, he's going to take actions into his own hands and take it apart, dismantle it, and see if he can fix the problem. And he just caused the problem. $200. His parents couldn't afford it. They said, look, mate, you're going to have to pay us back. He's got a job, and through rain and through sun and wind and whatever the weather was, he actually was committed to doing it as well. And he was doing his round, and he was getting tips and not very much, and he ended up outsourcing it, it looked like, right at the very end of the episode. And he was learning some tough life decisions and choices as well. Decisions have repercussions, and repercussions, you've got to obviously deal with them. And interestingly as well, he was coming in, he was stressed and angry and lashing out at the dinner table at everybody because he was having, a bad day at work and etc. And his dad come in and give him, again, some good, pretty much life advice and basically saying, look, we have a hard day as well. I have to get up early in the mornings. My day, I went to school, got hit by a linebacker or something. Then he was a fight in the locker room and I tried to break it up and I got elbowed in the neck and it was only 10 o'clock. I've been through a rough day as well. But you don't see me coming home and, taking it out on the people that I love and, you need to go in there and apologise to the family. It's a good little life lesson. Life is hard and tough at sometimes, and actions do have consequences, and just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you have to give everybody else a bad day. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good episode, and hopefully today's is is good as well. Thanks for checking it out. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Later.
Are you sure you don't want to stay with me?
I don't think so. I don't really understand this stuff.
Hello. Hi. Who are you?
I'm Paige. I like your bow tie.
Thank you.
Dr. Sturgis heard about my research on quantum chromodynamics at high temperatures and invited me to audit his course.
Well, just so we're clear, he's my mentor, he's my Mima's boyfriend, and he had spaghetti and hot dogs at my house.
Do you know if he'll be doing a full color octet calculation with matrix manipulations?
I do not.
Do you know how to differentiate under the integral sign?
No.
Oh, do you know anything?
I know you're in my spot.
At first there, right, let him look forward a bit more. At first I thought it was Billy's sister. Yeah, Billy's sister, but... And then, at first I was like, you're in his spot. And then I was like, is that Billy's sister? And then, no, it's another child genius, it looks like. Do you know what I mean? And he's going to be jealous of it. We just know that. Do you remember when he was doing work and in university and he didn't want to give Kripke his thing? And then when he got it, he was like, mate, mine's not as good. And he couldn't hack it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then Kripke's like, yeah, I know why. Because, you're in a relationship now. And, you're probably getting some and all that stuff. But here, Sheldon... he's going to be rivaling this new girl now for the attention of obviously Mr. Sturgis, which is going to be interesting because if he starts showing her a lot of attention, maybe Sheldon gets grumpy and starts, complaining to me, man. Maybe he don't want them in a relationship no more. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be an exciting episode.
I'm 10 too. When's your birthday?
February 26th.
March 17th. I'm the youngest person in this class. That's funny.
How come you never mentioned she was coming to this class?
I thought it would be a fun surprise.
I don't like surprises.
Neither do I.
Not since sharing a uterus with my twin sister have I been so unhappy sitting next to someone.
So what are you feeling?
My face is hot, I have a knot in my stomach, and I'm resisting the urge to kick your seat right now.
You got a little crush on her.
Do you want me to kick your seat?
In the meantime, I'm still thinking it might be jealousy.
This is John Sturgis, Sheldon's professor and your mother's lover.
Hi.
I was calling because there's a new student in my class who's Sheldon's age. Your mother wondered if I could put you two in contact since you have so much in common.
Of course. These are parents we can actually relate to.
I will say people that you have something in common
All
with.
the times we wonder if we're doing right by Sheldon or how to handle him, we finally have someone to compare notes with. You kids are special too.
To be fair, he's special in a
so
different
special.
way.
At least I'm the only daughter. You got nothing.
Who's coming over tomorrow? Your new friend Paige.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
You know what? I am pretty sure, right, this Paige has been in another, well, not a TV show, but she's been in another show where she was a genius as well. I'm going to say sort of movie with Chris Evans, Captain America. I'm pretty sure it's Chris Evans, called Gifted. And she was young and she was so smart as well. And, you know, they were struggling with what to do with her at that age and the education and what was best for her, if it was private or public school and all that. And I think Chris Evans may have been a brother or an uncle or something like that. Something happened to her parents. I don't know. It's mad, but she was in another film called Gifted, and if you haven't seen it, watch it because it is decent. Now, but the whole time I was trying to figure it out. I was like, I've seen her before, and I was trying to figure out the timeline because I'm pretty sure Gifted was like 2017 or something. It was maybe like 6-7 years ago when I watched it, and I was thinking, right, so if she was that age then, how old is she now in this? Do you know what I mean? But then when was this filmed? Because this may have been filmed actually in 2017 or 18, so then that's the right time. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's 2024, but this was actually started, even though it feels relevant and new, it's old, like 7 years ago, so it's probably may have been filmed at the same time, roughly around that period, which is strange, but yeah, that's what I was trying to, literally, the whole time she was there, I was like, man, I've seen her face, like, what's she been in?
Also, you don't have any friends. Why are you so worried about me?
I have friends.
Then how come the only person who ever comes over is Meemaw?
Okay, this isn't about me. So, Paige didn't make a good first impression, but that can change.
Paige isn't a TV show. She's a person, and we all know how I feel about people.
I don't have many friends. So I was hoping to get to know Paige's mom. But if it makes you uncomfortable, then I will call her and cancel.
I'll think about it.
Did you know that there's a type of vanilla flavoring derived from the anal glands of the North American beaver?
Okay, new topic.
Cool.
Let's talk about Sheldon. Having kind of a hard time with the new girl in your class.
But I think he's remarkable too.
Perfect. More of that, less of the other one.
Understood. You teach me about social etiquette, and I teach you about beaver anuses.
I realized if Mr. Spock could rise above his emotions while the fate of the Enterprise hung in the balance, certainly I could tolerate Paige for a few hours.
It actually acts like a proper teenager,
Vulcans
doesn't it?
use a technique called colinar to suppress their emotions. So I did the next best thing. Took my feelings and shoved them down so far they may have been lost forever.
Can I interest anyone in something stronger than iced tea?
Oh, I'll take a beer if you have one.
Don't worry, he's personally keeping the Lone Star Brewing Company in business.
Paige actually does some of the bookkeeping for us.
That's so funny. Sheldon does our taxes.
You know, we used to pay her in stickers, but this year she actually started asking for money.
Well, don't let Sheldon hear that. We pay him in binder clip. We can't go to the grocery store without him making sure that all the labels are facing the right way.
Keep us occupied. We'll start with a tour by room, then board games, and if time permits, you can look at and not touch my trains. This is a box of extra paper that also goes in the printer. And this is my signed picture of Professor Proton. Do you watch a show?
No, I don't really like it.
And next on the tour, we have a lamp.
This is not making me feel better. Their kid is perfect.
And so is ours. It's just nice to get to know another family who's in a similar situation as us.
And we're still lying.
No, but they are in a similar situation in different contexts. You know what I mean? Like, they're not in the same similar situation where he's kind of got like OCD, Sheldon, hasn't he? He has to do certain things a different way. Bathroom schedule has to be like this, you know, it has to be proper clean. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything's kind of set to a plan. It's a bit of OCD here. But, like, those parents of Paige are in a similar situation where they're going through the life at such a young age and being in like a high school probably environment, and you know, all of the different things and classes and places that they've got to go to that's out of the ordinary is similar. You know what I mean? Like, not every child who's smart going through a similar situation would have the same little quirks and niggles here and there. However, the path that you take can all be the same. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for example, if you're a sporting athlete, do you know what I mean? From the ages of, you know, I don't know, 1 to 18 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're practicing and you're going to trials and you're doing all this, and sometimes you might get accelerated here and there, but you're all on that same path. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're getting fast tracked and going, but you're all taking different steps but the same path. And that's like what they're doing. They're both elevated and taking the same path, but one might go left and right and then back in next week to the same level again. Do you know what I mean? And it's not always the same journey, but it's the same path that you kind of taking. So I don't know, that might actually not make any sense, but it is to me. Like, they might not have the same quirks, but the experiences that both parents are going through is pretty much similar, and they probably both have to make sacrifices for the level and like the progression and the period of where the kid is at compared to where most people their age are.
What grade are you in?
8th. You?
10th.
Nobody asked but 4th. They love to stick random kids together and expect them to just be friends.
I know.
They actually do, don't they?
I hate that.
You have no idea how much it sucks to have a brother like him. Believe it or not, he's in my class.
My parents sent Paige to a private school.
I saw an old TV in the alley. Want to go throw rocks at it?
Hell yeah!
Like, it's just different, isn't it? Like, the
Play
levels.
traditional chess, or if you're interested, we could play
3D
a variant
chess.
with a new piece I invented. Wizard cannot be taken, and at any point he can teleport and switch places with any other piece.
Oh, anytime anyone is checkmated, they can simply have the wizard and their king switch places.
I knew that. You passed my test.
I work part-time at the church.
Oh, that's nice. I used to work at the practice with Barry, but I had to quit once Paige's schedule started to get busy.
Well, that's understandable. A unique child can require a lot of attention.
Try all the attention.
You don't need to hear all this.
That's okay. That's why we're getting together. Talk about this kind of stuff.
Now he's just being dramatic. Erica gets a lot of attention, and she's just a joy.
Blow it up.
Love her.
You got any matches?
Be right back.
While she's gone, you want to make out?
Sure.
This is fun. I don't get to have discussions like this with kids at my school. Do you ever wish you were just like everyone else?
Not at all.
Checkmate. You lose.
Red alert.
Gotta say, I'm glad we invited them over. They're as messed up as we are.
Fine, but one more and that's it.
Yes, Paige.
We can ignore the particle masses at the individual quark level.
Correct. Sheldon, is that a new bow tie? Looking sharp.
Thanks.
That was a close one.
Literally, it is. What is it? Is it a narcissist when like they want everything to be about them? I feel like that is literally Sheldon, though. Do you know what I mean? But he never had, you know, we've had these discussions many times, but like his things when he makes it about him, he's never actually about nastily about everybody else. He just likes the attention on himself, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? However, he wasn't that bad there, and he actually sat next to each other as well, and he did lose at chess, and I knew that was going to actually happen, to be honest. You know, flipping the board's not too bad, actually. You know, I'll be interested to see if Paige is in it a little bit more, because she actually seemed really happy in a different way. You know, like Sheldon, I feel like he's really smart, but he tries to act like a grown-up. Well, like, I feel like she was really smart, but she was acting like a child. You know what I mean? She liked the dolls. You know, she was interested in different things, and she seemed really happy. And where Sheldon, I'm not saying that he doesn't seem happy, but he's kind of always critiquing everybody and trying to correct everybody and rectify things and try to show everybody that he's always smart. Where I feel like Paige didn't actually do that. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I feel like she was just going by being smart, and Sheldon goes out his way, or his personality is to show everybody that he's smart. He tries a little bit, and it was interesting, obviously, that the other siblings were bonding there. But me, who remembers them old TVs? You know, the back of them was like that long. I'm not even joking. It was so heavy to carry, and the screen as well. It's not like these little, I don't know, like soft screens here that we have. It was rock hard. Like, you could literally throw a rock at it and it would bounce. The colour crystals wouldn't be breaking. It would ping off it. It might chip it a little bit like that, but they was. Honestly, they was mad. It was crazy as well. It's mad to think in the space of 10 years, we've gone from having like these little square things that are rock hard screen, dead heavy, to like these dead thin things as well. But if you knock them a little bit, you crack them straight away. It's crazy how technology progresses. However, I enjoyed today's episode. Another child genius in there, technically, and I'd be interested to see more, if hopefully anyway, as we continue. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So, you know, Paige, another child genius. Like I said, if you've not seen Gifted, watch it. It's actually a good film with Chris Evans in. I'm pretty sure it is Chris Evans. However, you know, I knew, honestly, like, so when those parents were first introduced, and they were saying stuff about Sheldon, and they was basically saying, like, no, Paige doesn't have any of this, you know, it made, it made George and obviously Mary feel, I don't know, like, just, I wouldn't say strange, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, they're so much better than them, if that makes sense. And I knew that at some point, like a little quirk, a little trait or something would kind of come through the cracks, because not everybody's perfect. And just because they're having the issues, like, in their family, that Sheldon is this way, and it's not really a massive issue, but do you know what I mean? Like, they was kind of projecting the things that Sheldon does as if it was like their kind of issues that they run into, him being a child genius. And they kept acting like Paige was great, which she might be, but then they realise that their family has issues in a different way. Like I said, they could be on the same trajectory, but different paths. And, you know, they're started to come out, and it was basically like they don't have time for the other kids, you know what I mean? Don't have time for each other. He don't spend time with his wife. They focus on Paige quite a lot, and it's impacting their relationship, X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And Georgie and, you know, Mary was absolutely loving it. You know, even when the firecracker was going off at the end, he wasn't even going to run outside and see what Georgie was doing. You know what I mean? It's more interesting than going in and giving him a bit. So I thought that was really interesting as well. I don't really think that we see Mima a lot in today's episode, or at all, even though I feel like at the back end of last season, she was like heavily involved in mainly the storyline. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of good anyway. I'm enjoying it. You know, it's been a good start to the second season. To be honest, I feel like every episode that we've watched so far, with 24 in, 22 last season, 2 here, they've been really consistent. I don't feel I've had like one dip or one crap episode. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and hopefully you guys are too. If you did enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.